Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Pardon, I had to turn up my fan because it's hot this morning. Well, I know it is hot, but it's more humid. But that's neither here nor there. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Dharma. Welcome back. You said you come back, and you said you did what you said. Thank you. So, what I'm going to do today is just continue from yesterday. I'm going to be drawing more hands. As you can see, I didn't really touch this since yesterday because I wanted to fill it in on stream. I also did some studying offline, and that's on actual pencil and paper. I forgot to post the photos of those, even though I took pictures of them. So I'll just post it later. One moment. Testing? What happened to the voice? One moment. My stuff crashed. Let's see. No, it's set to my microphone. Am I not loud enough? Is the audio no good? Just checking everything. OBS says my microphone's fine. Am I not loud enough? I can see it. Sounds like stepping on sand when I speak. Uh-oh. Let me check something. Still making adjustments. Do I still sound strange? Stuff now. Oh no. I don't think my microphone broke. Hold on, I'm still making adjustments. Stay close to me, my love. You've taught me that life can be revived with the smiling face, the meaning of my destiny can be changed for your love. I can rule the world, my love. Can you see that we can all survive? If you'll be by my side, the world will be a better place for us all. Oh, I see what's going on. I have my fan on, and it's blowing from the other side of my desk. So it might be creating that strange sound you're hearing. I did some adjustments to make it like not pick up on the microphone. But I need to fix that for a second. Give me one moment.
How is that? Do I still sound like I'm stepping on sand when I talk? I think my microphone was blowing into my... I'm sorry, I think my fan was blowing into my microphone, and it was creating that noise. I usually like to tilt the fan down so it's blowing more at my legs rather than in my face, just so that that doesn't happen, but I guess it's kind of strong. Still, but okay. Alright, I'm going to see what I can do. I just turned off my fan, is that okay? I don't think I sound like I'm stepping on sand when I speak. Right? Okay, I just turned off my fan. I'm gonna lower the fan and see if that sound comes back. How is it? Is it okay? Yep. Okay, got it. So the fan was too loud. It's too high. Alright, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I didn't realize it was that bad. Anyway. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm going to yes, I'm going to continue from yesterday. Oh, now my throat's now I have to clear my throat. Excuse me. I'm going to continue from yesterday with more hands. I think I want to post some of my photos from yesterday on the community tab in YouTube, but I'm also going to post them to my socials. I guess YouTube is technically a social platform, but I never really think of it like that. I don't think of it as the same level as like Twitter or Instagram and stuff. I don't know. It's a weird mentality to have. Anyway, let's get started. Okay. Drawing more of the hand. And I've got my pose up. Excuse me, I got the pose up and I want to draw this pose from this specific angle. Like a tilted hand. So, this way. I keep drawing too big, but I guess I'm just used to doing that. The paper and pencil that I draw on is like very big. 18 inches by 24 inches. So I'm kind of used to drawing big in that scale. Okay, there's the palm. Oops, I'm gonna draw the blocky shape of the fingers being bent. And what I mean by blocky shape, I think I explained this yesterday. The fingers are mostly bone, and by thinking them as a block, or more specifically a box, whenever they are bent or extended or any way that they're positioned, it's much easier to visualize how the direction it goes in. Because you're simplifying the entire shape before you add in the details. So the top, yes, the top of the hand is always the stiffest part of the hand. The blocky part of the hand. It's curving out. Just so you know, whenever you make gesture drawings, it's okay to keep them loose because you're going to make adjustments later. They're just a very loose map of what you want to do or need to do. Now I'm gonna make adjustments to this hand. Because there is a gap between the pinky finger and the ring finger. Okay, so that looks like a hand no matter what direction. Yep. And up and down. Yep.
You're tough, but it's never been about you. You're free, but cement your feet a statue. Your rules, but you'd rather make up something. You're dead, you were never good for nothing. Double negatives leading me in circles. Twist infinity, you drive me insane. Hit hard, a broken wall. Hit hard, I gave it all. Hit hard, a family tie. Oh, but you'd rather just fight.
I always forget to just make this into a bony shape of the bone. Just make it a circle, or in this case, an ellipse. That way you remember where it goes. Mr. Bro, do you? I don't think they're here yet. I think it's just you and I at the moment, and some other silent watchers. Whew. Some people might be late, but it's okay. I mean, I put an announcement in the Discord and on YouTube and everywhere else. I'll need that. Just zoom in so I can concentrate. I want to keep some of these lines in as they tell me what direction the top of the hand is going. I'm going to make adjustments as I go. Now that I think about it, I should readjust my fan so that it's positioned underneath my desk. That way that sound doesn't come back the next time I need it. It's very hot in here and I really need my fan to be loud. I know you said that my voice is gonna sound strange, but I can't concentrate if I'm too hot. So I'm gonna have to boost it up. Turn on my fan is okay, thank you. I don't want to run the AC. It's too early for that. I think that's even louder. Granted, it is further away from me, but I often get too cold when the AC's on. So I'm kind of like in this position of I don't want to be too hot, but I don't want to be freezing. I don't know. I had to erase the pinky because I'm seeing more information here on the right finger. And I can see the tip of the right finger underneath. Because there's a bigger gap here. But it's tilted the other way, I see. Okay, now that makes more sense. Sometimes when I draw hands, I don't put in the gap between the fingers, which is important. It's a mistake I often run into whenever I'm drawing hands, so I have to keep that in mind when I draw fingers, or just hands in general, that it needs that space between the fingers. That's why it's important to like study like this, so you can be aware of your mistakes and correct accordingly. I'm gonna lower my fan a little bit. Okay. That seems a bit better. Because even my desk fan sounds a little bit too loud in my ear. Hello, Abito. Welcome to the stream. I know you're gonna ask how I am, but the answer to that is that I'm hot. It's not even noon yet and I'm already sweating. It was supposed to rain this morning, but it didn't, so I'm getting the humidity. You're just tired? Yeah, I was tired too. I didn't exercise this morning. So I just opted to just have breakfast. I usually kind of skip breakfast when I get up in the morning. Sometimes, but I worked this morning. Ah, I see. What time did you finish work? You're trying to get over weird paranoia that you're having? What is that? What are you paranoid about? You can watch YouTube from Twitch? Yes, that's because I set up my stream so that it can be viewed both on YouTube and on Twitch. And the people from either chat can talk to each other in a way. I think it's fine for now. Technically Twitch does not allow that, but I don't really care. Twitch doesn't allow a lot of things, but they don't really look at everything. Oh. So your brain is trying to convince you that your saved files for a game is corrupted, making me feel like I should delete them. Even though I can see clear as day everything is fine. Ooh. I think, sad. I understand that feeling. I don't know what that is. That is a strange phenomenon that people can experience where your brain is telling you a lie, but the reality says otherwise. I don't know what that is exactly. I'm not going to say that you're being gaslit because that's silly. I think there's an actual term for that. Yeah. It's like, I get... Yeah, you should look it up real quick. I get that same feeling where I have days where I know I turned off the stove, and yet I think the stove is still on. So I go back and check, and like, yeah, sure enough, the stove is off. But my brain's telling me, hey, the gas is on. Are you sure you turned off the stove? I'm like, wait, is the gas on? And it turns out, no, it's not. It'll look perfectly so. Ugh. What I'm doing right here is that I'm using my actual hand to draw this crease, because the model I have is, while it is a realistic hand, it's clearly not skin, so I have to like draw in the folds. It's called Illusory Truth, as far as you can tell. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty mean. Your brain is telling you yes, but your reality is telling you no. When the false information gets repeated over and over again, you believe it's true. Ooh. That's why you question everything. Always question things like that. Say your first time having it too. Same. It's completely relatable. I think that's a little bit more extreme version of, did I lock the door or did I forget my keys? The keys one is especially egregious because I would be like, did I forget my keys and I just put my keys in my pocket? Yeah, it happens to you too, exactly. And also in video games, it's like you just saved and you think, hey, did I just save? Like, wait, did I save yet? Like, do I have my cell phone? Like, even though like 5 seconds before I put my phone in my pocket. It's like your brain is stuck in a strange loop where it didn't complete the information intake. So you have to do it again to make sure that your brain catches up. You know, sometimes when stuff like that happens, specifically like, oh no, my game's gonna get corrupted, or should I say my save file's gonna get corrupted, sometimes that feels like foreshadowing. Yeah, our brain doesn't trust us, yes. sometimes that's a foreshadowing of things to come. Like if you've heard the term, if you put it out in the world, it will surely come back true. Is essentially like you can will it into existence. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you keep either thinking that way or doing stuff that way. Like for people who like have a fear of falling, and even though they have this fear, they do things that will incur a fall. It's like they're trying to convince themselves that, yeah, I was right, even though it was completely preventable. So. Brain does not trust us at all. Sometimes you can't trust your brain. How about that? Let's add in more of the fat pads. In your case right now, your brain wants you to delete the save progress and not be able to play with friends. It's like it's trying to force you to start from scratch. Possibly. That can also be like a strange secret desire. It's like how I was out the other day. I was walking to the bank. And throughout the whole walk, I just wanted a cup of coffee, a cup of coffee, a cup of coffee. And then the moment I got to sit down, I just ordered a soda. So... because I don't want to give my brain exactly what it wants, obviously. I guess from a lack of sleep. Yeah, lack of sleep can make you feel think that way too. Out. Probably gonna take a nap or something, hopefully feel better. Take it easy. Thank you. Take it easy as well. Maybe you should also drink some water. That usually helps clear your head as well. So get some rest, then hydrate, and then you'll probably feel better. Take care. From this angle, this would look a little bit bigger. Listening to music may help you. Yeah, that's also true. Listening to music, especially soothing music, will also help as well. I want to shrink this a little bit. add in the arm. It's more of the forearm. A little strange to me. Yeah, I just want to draw the rest of the arm so I know that it looks correct. Sometimes drawing the hand is not enough. You need to draw the rest of the arm. This is not bending right. Bend more out, not sideways. I hope everyone's drawing with me. It doesn't have to be the hand. I mean, you can be drawing something else. This is just studying for me. I get good by studying, right? Still don't think I'm capturing this thumb right. Yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm exaggerating the thumb too much. Curves out like that. Straight and then curves out. Okay, now that looks normal. There we go. I'm gonna do a quick thumb check. Okay, the length is correct. Okay. Thumb aligns here, which is the bottom section of the index finger. This needs to align like this. Actually, maybe I can make it more straight. Going this way. Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, by the way, when I do this, this is called a comparative angle. And essentially, when I have go diagonally, I want to see the relationship between this side and this side. And now that I'm looking at it, this finger should be closer to here, because this space, which is a negative space, is drawn a little bit too wide in comparison to what I'm looking at. So I need to make a change. I need to bring this finger up this way. Not gonna miss tonight's stream. Welcome to the stream, Freezing. I know I was gonna like cut and paste, but I think it's just faster if I just not open my tab again. I'm just gonna bring this up like this. Reason I'm just studying. This is what I did last night. I don't think you were around. I think you were too busy doing something. I don't remember. But just studying at the moment. Ooh. Very hot this morning, as I'm expecting rain. Still no rain. It was supposed to rain this morning, but it didn't rain. Now I'm stuck in this cycle of heat. All I need to measure. And 2. Okay. Wait, is that the same person? No, that's Freezing. He's a completely different person. That's not Obito. He's just talking from Twitch. Also, I don't think you know this, Dharma. Freezing is my best friend. We've known each other for years. Okay. Starting to look like a finger. Yeah. Let me stop. This line is too far down. I've been using Twitch over YouTube lately for watching the streams. Yes. Which is fine. Like, wherever you're watching me from, as long as you're watching or listening, it's alright with me. If you prefer Twitch, then watch from Twitch. If you prefer YouTube, then watch from YouTube. I think YouTube streaming is like getting updated really fast. This is something I noticed for like bigger channels, bigger than me. Like they're getting more options that are either copying Twitch or something that Twitch doesn't do at all. So in this is fairly new in YouTube. Super chats have a reply where chats can reply to the super chat. I don't know why though. That seems kind of strange to me. There's also a summary of what the stream is, but it's based off of AI, so it's not going to be correct all the time. What else was there? Oh yeah, there's these super stickers. But things like cheering is still strictly on Twitch. And I think that's it. Oh, and the what is it called? The bits, right? Bits and the what is this called? Channel points? That's what Twitch has? Does Twitch work like Discord? No, it does not. It does not work like Discord. It's just a place to either stream or watch streamers. I think Discord is becoming sort of like Twitch, but it's not there yet. I know you can stream stuff on Discord, that's why I'm saying that. But it's not quite the same. Oh, I guess you kind of asked that because Discord has some paid features, which is true, it does have some paid features. I guess in that regard, there are the same because you can use Twitch and Discord for free, or you can pay a subscription for either Twitch or Discord. But that's just really up to you. What's the difference between YouTube and Twitch? Okay, that's a good question. Twitch is strictly for streaming. When it was first created, it was like for streaming stuff in like the real world, and then it became a platform for streaming video games. And then after a while, you can do other things like stream art, stream real life stuff. You can do podcasts there and stuff like that. Stuff that's that doesn't break terms of service. How about that? But it's mostly a gaming platform, but you can do other stuff on it. YouTube is more like a video platform. That's how it started out. You can just record, edit, and upload your video onto YouTube. The streaming part is the fairly new part. Also, the shorts is also fairly new. That's why YouTube would rather you make a video than a live stream. But after a while, that didn't matter because the longer the video, the better. So I just like opt to use streaming in general. The difference between the two, I think YouTube is a bit better because of that video aspect. Once I'm done with my stream on YouTube, it's there forever. However, when I stream on Twitch, my video is only up there for a week and then it's gone. And that's why I'm growing faster on YouTube. Because even if you were to miss my stream on YouTube, you can still watch it whenever. But if you were to miss my stream on Twitch and it's been like a week, you don't know what you missed because it's gone. And that's why growing is very hard on Twitch and very easy on YouTube. Maybe I should just draw the circle. I'm a bit confused. YouTube offers a lot of opportunities for growth. It's from, you can make videos, you can make podcasts, you can make a playlist, you can make music, you can do shorts, you can live stream, you can do all those stuff on YouTube. But Twitch is just, you can just stream, that's it. So the Twitch video is just gone after a week? Yes. It's gone after a week, but if I were to, let's say, pay for Twitch, if I were to pay for Twitch, I can make it stay up there for about, I think it was 30 days, and after 30 days they're gone. Also, Twitch does this thing where if you have subscribers, which are people who pay for your channel and support you like that. Ouch, I just scratched myself, sorry. You can have them watch stuff that's been archived. Those are called video on demand, which is what YouTube does anyway. When I finish a stream on YouTube, that's a video on demand, so you can just see it whenever you want. But for Twitch, you kind of have to either, you definitely have to pay for that. I think it's because Twitch doesn't have the resources that YouTube has. Did I get bit again? Oh, I don't think so. I'm spending too long on this arm. This should actually be bigger. I mean, on Twitch, I still have about 5 followers, but on YouTube, I have 47 subscribers. That's because YouTube has all these things that help me grow. Basically, yeah, unless you're established on Twitch, your videos don't stay on the platform for long. If you were to watch or subscribe on Twitch, you must pay. Yes, you do. Well, no, actually, you can watch for free. It's just there are ads on Twitch that can interrupt the stream. So for a while, you won't be able to see anything. But if you actually do pay, that's not a problem anymore. Hold on, I need to get a tissue. Sorry, I peeled a scab. I'm gonna be right back to get a band-aid. Hi. Yeah. Yes, I had to get a bandage. I am bleeding. I got a bug bite a while ago and it reopened. So I had to like put my bandage back on it. I'm okay. It's not a big deal. I'm not like a big baby or anything. Every time I get hurt, I view it more as an inconvenience than like something to be pained over. Words? Ugh, English. I think I'm gonna space out this thumb a bit more, but I will use my tool for that. Now we see more of the thumb. Okay, much better. So, back to what I was saying. Those are the differences between Twitch and YouTube. I think even though you can grow slower on Twitch, the people there can support you like right away, I think. I think they can just like pay you outright. They pay through bits or direct donations, stuff like that. On YouTube, you have to kind of earn it. Yeah, I need to hit a certain level of subscribers and hours watched in order to get to start earning money on those things. Because I live stream, I don't know if super chats are available to me. I can't really see that. I don't think so, but when that happens, I guess I'll know. It's just that it's still stuff that I don't know about YouTube. Hi LeMay, welcome to the stream. Oh, I need to adjust my OBS so I can see chat better. There we go. Oh, man, that's a good looking hand. Don't mean to toot my own horn there, but I really like the way this hand came out. Where do I put it? Well, I'll put it right there. Welcome back to the stream. We're still drawing hands. Had to get a bandage because I reopened a wound, but that's okay. Think about another hand pose I want to do. It's not a big wound. It's a very small dot. It's just bleeding a lot because I scratched it. I scratched it because it was itchy, which was a stupid thing to do. I should do an open hand. Yeah, do an open hand. Open palmed hand? I guess that's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Don't worry about it either. Welcome back, Obito. Wow. Wait. It hasn't been that long. Yeah, it was a short nap. You feel any better? You probably have like a glass of water. Or, I don't know. Starting soon? Yeah, you should go get some water. Oftentimes when I'm tired, I take as much water as possible and I feel way more awake than before. Yeah, how was your nap? It was fine, thank you? Okay. Guess that was just what you needed, huh? In your opinion, what makes a compelling mystery series? What are your pet peeves? What makes a compelling mystery series? Let's see. I think what makes a compelling mystery series is when the writer makes it seem as though there is a bigger plot at hand. I think it starts like a small problem and then it balloons more and more to a point where it gets incredibly suspicious, like there's an actual grand scheme. Of course, it's not always the case. Sometimes making it small and simple is actually pretty good. What comes to mind is that show called Monk. Like, sometimes they keep it small, and sometimes it becomes a big conspiracy, and both aspects are compelling in its own way. Even, like, a simple Lifetime movie can create a strange mystery, which is very odd, but they managed to nail it. What are my pet peeves in a mystery series, or just in general? Also, I'm glad, as long as you stop thinking about it, you should be fine, okay. Pet peeves? Well, if the context is mystery series, I guess a pet peeve would be, like, trying to mislead you only for the audience to guess right anyway. Maybe that's a pet peeve of mine, like, I know where you're going. There's no use in trying to trick me. Is this? Take Parasite, for instance. They never explain what they are or why they even exist. To me, I like that mysterious side. Okay. That's a good example, actually. Like, not explaining the monster is also a very good idea. If you over-explain the monster too much, the mystery element is gone, and also the horror element is also gone. It's how much people who love Final Fantasy VII, they complain how much you see Sephiroth in the remake, and it was never like that in the original game. The original game, you saw hints and pieces of Sephiroth, and that's what made him so intimidating. But when you keep showing us this final boss character over and over and over again, it's like the threat is just laughable at that sense. Maybe they will evolve. Maybe. Like, writers need to understand that you can't keep showing your big bad unless you're making a statement saying, oh, this person maybe isn't the true threat. Maybe there's a bigger element than this person that I'm keep showing you. That's how you see it. Same like us started with the small from scroll creature, yeah. Exactly. Mysteries are meant to be mysteries because we want to solve it too. Don't ruin the point. It ruins the point of the story if you tell us everything. Or if you show too much. Length is correct. It's here and here. Even in real life too? Oh, you mean what's it called? Like crime mysteries? Is that what you mean? Like, what is the meaning of life type of question? I think that's a pretty overstated type of thing. For you, Dharma, we want to know everything is good, but already knowing literally everything is scary at the same time. Ooh, that's a good statement right there. Knowing everything is good, but to know everything is scary. Having too much knowledge can actually be frightening. Because to know too much of the truth makes you numb to everything. Like, what do you find out who you are? Maybe. I mean, I guess. I mean, discovering yourself is important, but it's best not to dwell on it. If you dwell on it too much, then you miss what you found, what you're looking for. And that happens a lot to people. Like, if you are focused on if you're too heavily focused on what your purpose is, you miss the clues of your purpose. Horror music. Oh yeah, it is. I'll just let it play. Showing so much Sephiroth in the remake feels like pandering. Yes, it is pandering. It's too much fan service to a point where it hurts the story. Like, the entire point of Sephiroth is that he is supposed to be mysterious and powerful. You keep showing him again and again and again, and it's like, okay, I don't care anymore. Basically. Perfect, the music background's matching the conversation. At the same time, you'd imagine that what people really wanted from FF7 Remake was just the game's graphics updated. That's exactly what they wanted. If you're old enough to remember this, I believe back when it was the PlayStation 3, there was a tech demo released for FF7. It was just a tech demo, and it looked gorgeous. It was just FF7's opening scene where Cloud jumps off the train, and that's it. And people were like, oh, I want a remake, I want a remake. And then they just like didn't do anything with that up until recently, where you are getting a remake with even better graphics, but you're just changing the story for no reason. And I know people are gonna blame Nomura for that, but it's not actually his fault. It's the other writer that's doing that, and he's just taking the heat for it. Instead, they chose to retell the story and try to twist it. Yeah, they're trying to do that because they're doing their own nonsensical fan service garbage where they want Aerith to really be alive this time, even though they missed the entire point of her death. Like, her death was the original writer paying tribute to the passing of his own mother. Like, that was the point of it. So when you like erase that, you're erasing that person's feelings and the emotions that they felt, and the emotions that they try to give to the audience of how it felt to lose that person. I understand that Aerith is a fan favorite, but it was written the way it was written because her death was so important to the narrative. It had to hit home for everybody. This is why I'm going back to Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts had this terrible problem where it killed off characters, but then they came back to life, and it just destroyed the point of their death. It's like their sacrifice didn't matter. What game am I talking about? I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that one and the remake. The changes that they're making between the original Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake. But I'm using an example from Kingdom Hearts that does this terrible writing concept where a person has a noble sacrifice and then they are magically brought back to life because, I don't know, reasons. And it's such a it just destroys everything that they've done so far when they do that. Slightly off topic, but that bothers me with Dragon Ball, where they just come back with the wish from the Dragon Balls. I mean, that's true. That is true with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but the thing is, I think Toriyama did that better, because I believe, like, he made it a point where you had to work to get that. You have to work to revive the person you want to revive. You have to gather all the Dragon Balls and find where they are in the world, or in this case, another planet. And you have to gather them up, and you have to fight someone else to get them. So you had to work, you had to run 1,000 miles or 1,000 light years to revive someone. But in Kingdom Hearts, you just like, oh, well, I missed this person. Well, look, they're here again. Okay, great. That person's sacrifice was nothing, I guess. One of your pet peeves is bringing back the dead after a major sacrifice. Exactly. It's a terrible writing trope. I understand, like, faking a death to make a, like, faking someone's death as a plot twist. That's actually kind of cool when you do that. But when you, but when that happens, usually their death is like, it's sudden, and sometimes it's like not as important. and then they like come back and you're like, oh hey, I thought you were dead. Like, no, I just needed to get away. Actually, now that I'm talking about fake deaths, this reminds me of a book I was reading. I finished it a few weeks back. It's called Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. And there's a character in the book whose death was implied. However, the other people who found that corpse, they thought that was him, but it wasn't him. So that guy's death was faked, but not intentionally. That's how you subvert your expectations. Like, people thought that he died, but it wasn't his body. He left a note saying that, hey, in case I do die, this is my plans for what you guys need to do. But towards the end of the book, he comes back and it's a shock because he doesn't look like the way that we left him. He looks completely different. So that's a good way of faking a death. Like, imply that person was killed, leave clues that person was killed, but have them show up either looking completely different or stronger than before. A lot of things happen that make us, when making a story, that makes sense. Exactly. Oops, I just knocked over my stylus. I'm using a lot of hand gestures as I'm talking. Even foreshadowing a character's death. Yeah, exactly. Like, the foreshadowing for that specific character's death was a... Oh, okay, I'll see you later, Dharma. The foreshadowing for that character's death was... Well, it was sort of implied because he was going to a very dangerous aspect of the city. So he was taking a really high risk anyway, so his chance of death was really high. So when me, the reader, finds the corpse and the characters find the corpse, it was a shock to find the corpse, but it wasn't that much of a surprise because what he was doing was risking his life anyway. Authors are afraid of losing fans and ratings of a fan favorite. Is your main character that weak and unpopular? Sometimes that is, especially in certain animes. Excuse me. Certain animes, the main character is that weak and unpopular, which is why people tend to choose the side characters, or maybe not weak in the physical or mental sense, like weak in the character sense. Like, their personality is bad, their actions are terrible, terribly written, and that's what makes the main character weak. But for some reason, the author made a really strong, standing side character who's they thought wasn't important, but people gravitate towards that side character because that person was much more relatable and much more likable. You do respect authors who aren't afraid to. I respect that too. Like, you want to make a point of killing off a character and you stuck with your guns, and I can respect that. But when you like kill off a person and you bring them back, I just like, I guess there's no consequences at all, huh? Because that's what you're saying. There's no consequences for a character death. And that's why people hated Kingdom Hearts. Because there's no consequence for anything. They're just gonna come back later. Just wait. All you have to do is wait. Take Busy from Has Been Hotel in her other work. She even stated it too in one of her interviews. Does she kill off characters? I've heard of Has Been Hotel, but I don't follow through. I heard some controversy around a child character around all of the adults there, but doesn't the scenario take place in hell? Like that's not that strange to me as someone who plays and loves Disgaea, where there's actual demon children there too. And those demon children are either they're exposed to violence and scantily clad people. I'm gonna say people because, you know, there are Disgaea characters who don't wear shirts entirely. Like there were people who were trying to lambaste Vizzy for having that kid there, but like the scenario takes place in hell. Like, what do you expect? Of course, the things the kids gonna get exposed to are gonna be like outlandish. There's a controversy about toxic relationships. Well, it's the characters are demons from hell. So yes, I think people who complain about the I'm sorry, I don't remember the names. People who complain about the toxic relationships are missing the point. These are terrible people doing terrible things. So yes, they're gonna have toxic relationships. Oh, Dharma's back with some snacks. Oh, I wish I had some snacks. I wish I was eating something right now, but I'm gonna wait until lunch. Anyway, yeah, terrible people have terrible relationships. This is true for real life as well. Like, they want to look at these characters and think like, oh, they want to idealize their relationship, but the thing is, their relationship should not be idealized. It should not be glorified because of the rampant abuse and the power dynamics. Vizzy is just showing something that's realistic and people don't like it. Vizzy and her team of writers. I don't know if she writes everything, but I'm gonna assume that she has a writing team. This is why people think that media literacy is dead, because people are just... they're so into their work, into the fiction, that they write their own fiction in their heads. And they project that fiction onto the fiction that they're either watching or reading, and it's just completely wrong. It's 11:30 already? Oh. I've been talking for a while. But I got a lot of opinions about certain writing tropes and character tropes and stuff like that, but it's just something that I notice in today's either media or media review. Time does fly when you're talking about stuff. Now I'm thinking back to what I said about character deaths regarding Dragon Ball. Like, if you're going to go through this effort to revive someone, you have to work for it. If their death was impactful, and a sacrifice was impactful, and you actually do want to bring that person back, I guess I'll say it as a side quest. The side quest must be the most daunting side quest ever before we can get back to the true plot. For a character's death, if it makes sense given the context, then kill off the character. Yes. Especially when it's like completely planned. Of course, like most actions are planned because the writer said so, but like I said, I'm going back to the book called Mistborn. There was a character death that was genuinely planned, and yet it still sucked when I saw it happen. Because I really did like that character. He was he was very charismatic. But his death was important for the society that he lived in. It was important for the people to see him die the way that he did. Because in doing so, he invoked hope into the people and helped. I don't want to spoil too much, but you know what I mean. Like sometimes the sacrifice of someone invokes that type of emotion in people, especially because like I need my character to be so charismatic that they view me as like Jesus or something. Like Chainsaw Man that doesn't kill the important characters. They don't? I mean, I know they're like often in danger. Sacrifice for the greater good for his people. Yeah, exactly. In his death, he gave hope to the people that he, in a sense, charmed. And that was what's required for the sequel of the book. I've read Chainsaw Man and can confirm they don't care about killing characters. Okay. Well, I guess, like, yeah, killing off characters. Well, that makes sense because the world of Chainsaw Man is very brutal, where death is a very prominent thing in the series. So that makes a lot of sense to me. That the author is just completely okay with killing off characters. I'm just doing some measurements. Granted, I haven't read Chainsaw Man. I probably won't, mostly because I'm not a fan of gore. Now it also spreads awareness for men's mental health, talking about the loneliness. Oh. That's actually very important. Very, very important. People don't seem to either respect it or acknowledge that part at all. Especially like oh, actually I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. Especially not here, not today. Part 1 was fine, but you disliked part 2? I don't know. I don't follow Chainsaw Man, so I can't really give my opinion on that. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, right. So what was wrong with part 2? I don't mind spoilers for things I don't really plan on reading or watching. Just a FYI, I don't care about spoilers, but some people might. But this is only for stuff I don't plan on watching or reading. A different narrative, really? What? They went with a different direction for part 2? How would they do that? I mean, if you're going with a different narrative in part 2, you have to resolve the stuff in part 1 and not continue the stuff from part 1. Ugh. They do have callbacks for part 1 and such. Part 1 was more action-oriented, Monsters of the Week type show. Part 2 was more slice of life mixed with terrible romance and horror. Ew. That sounds like, that actually does sound like Steven Universe. Damn. Chainsaw Man got Steven Universe. So thrilled. Yep. Steven Universe was also like that. You feel like you missed a lot of context just now. Oh, I'm sorry, freezing. Anyway. We're just talking about Chainsaw Man. Yeah. Agreed. No one cares about the main character, but only when he becomes Chainsaw Man. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm processing that. What is he? Is he treated like a salaryman or just like a NEET? I don't know how. I don't know what his regular life is like. This is what I mean, but I don't know much about Chainsaw Man. Even in the story, the characters don't care about his personal struggles. Oh, okay. Now I got it. Another thing about killing off characters, there needs to be a balance, otherwise the reader will grow numb. Killing for shock value is not a good idea. Ah, he's just a guy who wants to live normally. Let's see. Well, hold on. Another thing about killing off characters, there needs to be a balance, otherwise the reader will grow numb. Killing for shock value is not a good idea. What was that? What was that show? I remember watching it. It's the one about the 9 criminals. And the whole premise of that show was that they were trying to make a very lucrative delivery, and as a result of it, they were killed one after the other. The thing is, I really like that show because the shock value was the death. Like, some of their deaths were shocking, especially the way that they died and how soon they died for some of them. That's why I really like that show. That's like one of my few exceptions to the rule where killing them off is not the... Killing the characters off was not the main point, it's the result of the main objective. I mean, you gotta still think about Battle Royale stories, that's still a thing. Where killing is the point, and then there's like games like Danganronpa. Main character never had a good childhood. There's a woman who manipulated him into her own benefit, so the majority of the time he's all alone. Ah, I see. Okay. I think a lot of people liked... What was his name? Is his name Denji? D-E-N-J-I. I think a lot of people found him very relatable, considering the time it came out. Yes, Denji. They found him very relatable, and that's why there was a lot of like memes about him. But yeah, maybe they found themselves in those type of situations. Oops, that's too much. He's just your average guy during his teen years. Yeah, basically. I think I've done all I could with this hair. Except maybe contouring the muscles. In part 1, oh, hold on. More water, okay. In part 1 of Chainsaw Man, Denji was a hopeless poor slave to the Yakuza who wanted to have a normal life. In part 2, Denji got his normal life and someone destroyed it. Oh. And I'm sorry, I think I lost some part of the chat here. And she reincarnated as a different character and became like Denji's protective younger sister. I can see why part 2 would clash a lot with part 1. Mostly because it doesn't make much sense to me. I think part 2 felt very haphazardly handled. Like, you gave the character what he needed and wanted, but then you went and screwed it up anyway. That doesn't make any sense to me. That sounds like terrible writing. Again, sorry. Not sorry. No one really gives a crap about Denji's struggles. Only when he transformed to Chainsaw Man do people care. Yeah, because they can get what they want from him. It's essentially the oops. The what's we call it? Chainsaw Man is an underdog story, but the dog is beaten. Is a beaten down, broken spirit. So we have and when a spirit like that is broken, you can like control him as much as you want. And even if he were to become, well, in this case, become Chainsaw Man, they will revere him, and like are glad to have him help them. But after that, they like, I don't care. It's kind of like one of the reasons why superheroes have like secret identities. Because the thinking there is that if someone knew my secret identity, they can hurt my family, they can hurt my friends, they can hurt my coworkers. But nobody thinks about the other aspect of it. Is just that people want too much from you. But if you were to come and let's say like, okay, let's give an example here. Let's say it's Spider-Man, right? Let's say the public knew Spider-Man's identity as Peter Parker. They knew who he is. So they know that it's him under the mask, it's him helping us out and stuff like that. But when he's in his normal streetwear and he's like, hey, I need help, I'm financially struggling here, can you help me out? I'm like, I'm gonna ignore you, basically, because you're just a guy right now. You're not helping me out, so I'm just gonna like pass. I think that's the mentality that's in the part 1 of Chainsaw Man. It's like when you are basically a hero, people will revere you, but when you're a face in a crowd, they don't care. I mean, I gotta finish what I'm doing. I keep getting sidetracked. This is a good conversation we're having. May says, yeah, you was in the camp of people who thought part 2 was going to be about Denji going down to hell to save Power, his friend who sacrificed herself to save him. But that didn't happen. At all, did it? Maybe because the writer didn't think that was a good idea. Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's the thing about the whole sacrifice thing. The audience does not respect the sacrifice. They want the character to keep being in that person's life. Ooh, another series I think of writing as good as Castlevania. I mean, it has to be. It was actually written by a fan of Castlevania. Sorry, you don't know? It's okay. I don't watch Castlevania either. I don't have Netflix, but I guess I can watch it some other way. Maybe I can ask my sister, I don't know. You don't mind the sacrifice, but part 1 set it up. Power asked Denji to save her. Okay. So he was asked to save her from hell, but how did he go about that? Was he able to do it? Did he figure it out? Was the quest to save Power established? Because it sounds like he got a normal life and then someone destroyed it. Oh, shoot. Oh yeah, I should say that. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. I think it helps people find me, find my channel. I don't know what the whole thing on Twitch is. If you find me on Twitch, thank you. You found a very small gem. When Denji saved Power from Demon? That's a good question. I don't know. I went a little overboard with his hand, but because I wanted to like map out the contours, because there's a lot of shapes in the hand here. Although this bone doesn't make much sense. This stuff. Oh, he never did. Yikes. Man, these hands look better than the last time I drew hands, I think. Maybe I should pull that up. I'm gonna look up my, the last drawings of hands I ever did. Let's see. Oh wait, it won't be in this folder. I have too many folders. Nope. Last time I drew hands 2022? Yeah. It was May. It was in May. Yeah, I'll open this up. I'm just looking at what I did over here. Maybe I can copy and paste a hand and try to emulate it again. Actually, what time is it? Oh shoot! I don't even have enough time to do this. Dang, bro. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, hold on. I'm behind on the chat again. You did once. So Power sacrificed herself for Denji to keep him alive and find a way to defeat Makima, who was the villain in part 1. So how Chainsaw Man works is that as long as you give him blood, he'll keep going. So in the final moments, Power gave her blood to him so that he couldn't eventually defeat Makima. First time I saw you when you draw a shoe. Really? Oh, that's... Oh, okay. That's when you saw my stream. Near the end of part 1, Power told Denji she was going to be revived in hell in a different form and asked her to find her. This was not the first time he went to hell. Ah. Let's see. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough. I feel like the author of part 2 just basically failed miserably. And they couldn't get... I don't think they could write their way out of it. And I think that was the problem. Like, she's in a different form, so finding what she looks like would be difficult for him to do. But given the information that you guys gave me, I don't think the writer was able to get out of this pickle that they put themselves in. Because, like, he gets a normal life, but he loses his friend, who was like... I don't know if she was like a main support system for him, but she probably did seem that way to him. I don't know if she actually was that way, but she powers way better to him than was the other girl, the girl with the brown hair. No, it's not brown, it's red. Part 2 is a bit complicated coming after part 1. Yeah, like it feels... I think it kind of reminds me of Black Butler. How, like, part 1 is well established and the author had a proper ending, but then the series got really popular and then Book of Circus came out and that doesn't make any sense at all. Because the entire point of first part of Black Butler, it's okay, I'll just explain it real quickly. The entire point of Black Butler was that this kid made a contract with a demon, and the contract states is that the child gets what he wants, and at the end of the contract, once he gets what he wants, you can eat his soul, basically, because the kid wanted to die anyway. He was basically a wealthy orphan. So he wanted to get revenge. Seal wanted to get revenge, and he eventually did get his revenge. And he died, but some other kid with another demon screwed Sebastian out of his reward by saying that, hey, I don't want Seal to... I want Seal to come back to life, basically. And Seal came back to life as a demon. So now Sebastian can't eat his soul because he's a demon now. And Seal has to continue on in this story, and it's ridiculous. We have a walking corpse of a story because of reasons. And that's why I hated the season 2 of the anime, because I didn't get an ending, the audience didn't get an ending, Seal didn't get an ending, Sebastian definitely didn't get his ending. And it ended on Sebastian and Seal pretty much coasting on what seems like the river Styx to the next plot point, I guess. And that's why I didn't even bother with Book of Circus, because it basically is a freaking circus. Promised Neverland, oh my god. Oh, that is a mess. I started Promised Neverland as a anime, and I just like... I thought it was gonna go the way it was gonna go, and I was right. Some things just don't end the way that it should be. And sometimes it does end that you want it to, but there's just too much stuff that gets in the way of it. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb when that happens. Yeah, they screwed up the ending, the part 2 heavily. It's like it's not just from the anime. Part 2 of Promised Neverland manga was terrible as well. I think it was way worse because it got way more convoluted. And the anime was just trying to like summarize all of that, but they couldn't. It's just not possible. At all. They couldn't summarize the chaos that was the manga, and like the manga had a terrible ending. The anime had a terrible ending. And everything got dropped off. Sarah, will you be off tomorrow? Yes, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday. I'll be back on Monday at the same time as today. And I think I can actually put up a schedule on my on YouTube and in the Discord. I can put a schedule for this week because now I have the days where I'll not be here, and the days where I will be here. Promised Neverland and Beastars feel like the author had a strong idea, but the arc 1 was for arc 1, but nothing else. That's why a story shouldn't be rushed. You could plan everything. The thing is, Promised Neverland, Beastars, Black Butler, Chainsaw Man, all of these were planned. They were planned to have a short story. That was the whole point. The whole point was that the story was short. It's just that editors get in the way of those short stories. They say that, hey, your series is really popular, you need to make it longer. But the author never planned on making it longer. They planned on making it as a short story, and that's it. And by the curse of popularity, things get a rush second arc or part 2, and that's how you had those problems. Yes, it usually should end in a short story, and short stories are the best because they were planned entirely out. For something to get a part 2 and a part 3, like, that needs to be planned far in advance. And that's like something that the author has a plan for. It's already midnight, so see you guys on Monday. Okay, see you later, Dharma. Sleep well and take care. Short stories should not be a long story. Exactly. Short stories need to be short because that's what they're made to be. There's Don't extend the story. See you later, Dharma. Because when you extend the story, you ruin it. You ruin the sacrifice, you ruin the twists, the turns, you ruin the characters. You ruined Black Butler, you ruined Chainsaw Man. You ruined, Promised Neverland was the most egregious because they turned the characters into something that they weren't. I think that's what made it really, really bad. That's also a problem with some shonen stories like Fairy Tail, like when the cast is too big and you don't know how to end it properly. I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth a lot, but that's just that's how it is. I get a little heated when it comes to like storytelling and certain video games. Sorry, getting distracted. Authors who do long stories take more planning. Exactly, like Attack on Titan. Like, that got a proper ending even though it was a pretty long series. Because the author thought that far ahead. And because of that, that got to get a proper ending. Oh, by the way, it's noon here, so I have to stop soon. I need to make a few phone calls and make lunch and stuff. So, if you've been watching this long, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for participating in the chat. I will see you guys on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Take it easy, everyone. Stay safe and take care, and farewell.